Hey, Dr. Lindsey and Lindy, we're real finicky about cleaning after your hair transplant. We give you instructions, we got lots of videos on YouTube, and I had some on Vimeo and they got taken down because we quit paying Vimeo. And so this is our new 2020 how to clean your hair after a Lindsey hair transplant video. If you have questions and you're one of our patients, show up, call, FaceTime with Wendy, but we want you to keep it clean. And if you let a bunch of junk build up around your hair, it's just going to pull our new hairs out and you're not going to get good results. So we want it to grow as much as, and oftentimes more than the customer does. So what do you think the key is, Wendy?
Keeping it, the conditioner, cleaning it twice a day, starting on the third day, or second day if we get to do it. But that's the philosophy in this practice.
Right.
So if you're a Lindsey patient,
20 minutes of conditioner. Any conditioner is fine.
You can get under the shower head and gently scrub, rinse it out,
and then put some shampoo on.
And put some shampoo, scrub a little bit, rinse it out, and
maybe a little, and if you have dry skin or when the heat's on, put a little baby oil on. Right?
Yeah, a little bit of baby oil, a little bit. And when we tell you to stop, that's the date that you need to stop. You don't have to keep on for the rest of your life. It's just for the first, probably for the second to sixth or seventh day. Or if we see that it's clean, then we tell you to stop even before.
Okay, so here's, we're going to do this video in a couple little split ups. This is day 3. Patient took his wrap off the first day. We didn't take pictures of that. Second day, he poured water over at home because he lived out of the area. Third day, he came in. This is what he looked like when he got here. So this is Steve. We did you 3 days ago. I saw you on the first day and took off your wrap and cleaned up your suture line. And then yesterday, the second day, you poured a little water over your head, right?
Yep.
Okay.
10 cups.
Yeah, and this is pretty good. This is pretty typical cleaning. So what I'm going to do is put a bunch of conditioner on that head. So this is just regular conditioner.
Uh-huh.
And we put it on, and that doesn't hurt, right?
No. It's still pretty numb, but...
Yeah. All right, and that clock stays on. That stays on there for 20 minutes, and then we'll wash it off, and we'll film that part too.
Should I get a spray bottle?
No, just use your shower. So this is Steve's been soaking for about 20 minutes with this conditioner, and we're just spraying it off like we'd be using a shower head. And at my first office, we had a little beauty sink. They cost $4 or $5 grand to put in, and then we never put it in another office. But Wendy keeps asking for somebody at our next office. But you can just use a regular shower head. It's day 3. It's very difficult to mess this up, and so the shower head can be right on it. And then you just take your fingers, as you'll see, it's down here in a second, and clean that off. And that's not hurting, right, Steve?
Not at all.
Yeah. And you see there's a little bit of crusting, and then in a second we'll put some shampoo on there. Here comes the shampoo. And people always ask what kind of shampoo. It doesn't really make any difference. I would, wouldn't use anything that adds color to your hair, and don't confuse it with your wife's Neat that removes hair from her legs or something. But by and large, you can do anything, and rub it on there, and then that'll help get the conditioner off there. And then we'll rinse it off again. So again, if we had a shower, we just use a shower, but we don't have a shower, so these are spray bottles. And so now you do this day 3. You do this twice today, twice tomorrow, twice the next day, or come here, we'll help you. And then we'll get those stitches out.
Got it.
And then we found that putting a little baby oil on after this is all rinsed off tends to help it look a little bit better. And
Baby oil after the first and second time you wash?
Yeah, after every he'll put a little baby oil on
Got it. And so that little bit of white stuff sticking up from each root is just the top part of the dermis. The root's about 3.5 millimeters deep, and this is just the top little teeny edge of it. Just like if you planted that tree we were talking about, and then it rains on it, the top part of the dirt soaks up a little bit of rain and looks a little puffy until enough rain washes it away. The same thing's happening. It's just agriculture. This didn't hurt at all, right? Not at all.
Yeah. And Mother, you can do this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when will all those white bubbles fall off?
Oh, by the end of the week.
The end of the week.
Yeah. And so if you notice, he's not taking the towel and wiping across my new grafts. He's cleaning the area around it.
Of course, of course.
And you can pat if you want to with a dry towel, a clean towel on the grafts, but it'll just dry off. pretty
I'm
quick.
not even going to do that.
Okay.
All right, now let me place a few drops of baby oil.
I think any oil probably works. Olive oil,
We have
cooking
plenty
oil,
of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with your restaurant. Yeah.
And then one trouble we've been getting into is people like the way this feels, this baby oil, and they'll keep doing it for a month, and then their head will look like a pizza. So don't do that. Just do it until the stitches come out, and then maybe one more day, and then that's good enough. All right, so Steve, this is what's your 5th day, right?
Yep.
And you did this on your own. You've been coming every day, but you cleaned yourself last. That is awesome. I mean, you really don't even need to be clean today, but since you drove an hour to get here, we're going to clean you up.
Yep.
But tell the audience what you did last night.
Condition for 20 minutes, let it sit on there, and then very slowly massage my head and just keep massaging until all the scabs come off, because the scabs will come off because they're so soft. Spray my head down with water and then shampoo very gently afterwards, again until all the scabs came off. And
hair's not coming out there too. It's just the dirt around the root balls, right?
Exactly that. Yeah, a lot of that is going to come off. And then just 5 drops of baby oil afterwards, and then let that sit on there for the rest of the night.
All right, I'm going to put some conditioner on you, and then we'll set you for a little while.
Yeah.
So that's a handful of conditioner, and the clock will tick for 20 minutes, and we'll wash it off. You're doing a great job. So Steve, this is your 7th day. You've been doing a pretty good job on your own. And so just clean you one final time, and then it's back to your normal routine. So you've just been doing showering, right? And rubbing your head in the shower?
Yep, conditioning twice a day for 20 minutes, and shampooing afterwards, and then some baby oil.
So now it's back to normal, whatever you did 8 days ago. And it seems like we're having more people having a little bit of acne after this, and the culprit, or a common theme, seems to be a lot of people keep using that baby oil or olive oil or something because they think it's good for them. And so my advice to you is, if you got to use it, particularly during dry season, maybe another day or so, but not weeks or months, because your head will turn into a pizza. And you've just been using shower water at home.
Exactly.
And that is clean as a whistle. So all that dirt around the root ball that we discussed is all gone.
Yep.
And here comes a little shampoo. And it is exactly like planting trees. So some people make too big of a deal out of it. You just want to wash that dirt away, like a month of monsoon rains to wash that dirt away, and then everything's good. And how much pain did you have when you just got your stitches out?
0.
Yeah. And your swelling was pretty bad on the 3rd and 4th day.
Yeah.
And then today's day 7, and you look normal to me. You may still think you look a little swollen. And some people want to know, how hard do you rub? Well, you rub hard enough, you know,
Right.
and there's no real way of doing that. So if you're local, I'd come here a day or two and let us help you. But you rub until, if you rub too hard, you're going to pull out a graft and it's going to bleed. That's too hard. But generally, you have 2,000 or 3,000 more left, so don't freak out about one. And if you don't rub hard enough, you're just going to leave a bunch of crust that's going to pull out my doggone hairs. And as the rule of everything in this office, perfection's the enemy of good. So you do the best job you can and quit worrying about it. And it typically works out well. That's perfect, man. I think we gave you exactly 2,600 grafts, right? Wasn't that what you got?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 2,600 grafts and a relatively fine-haired fellow of Greek descent with very little color mismatch between the scalp and the skin.
Yep.
And it's all going to fall out in the next 15 or 20 days. And then the average guy says, oh, not that much of it fell out, but then if you look at the pictures, almost all of it does, and that's normal. Your old existing hair is going to start growing in about 7 weeks from now. And you think it's the new stuff, and the new stuff isn't going to start growing for about 4 months on average. 3 if you're real lucky, and 6 if you're this slow. And the final result, on average, is 13 months from today. Alright, so that's what it needs to look like on day 7. This video is shown a couple different days, and so this is what we want it to look like. We're glad to help you. You can FaceTime with Wendy if you need to, if you're out of the area, but too much cleaning is better than too little cleaning.
And here's the little video. So you'll see, Wendy, that, again, you were on vacation again when we did this video, but you'll see that Kamari did a good job cleaning them. But the
Isn't
whole,
it nice?
the
You
whole
guys,
philosophy,
all your technicians are amazing. It's just you happen to use me all the time.
well, you're the prettiest. The whole philosophy is perfection's the enemy of good. I mean, you could spend you don't have to get everything off on the day 3rd. You get most of it off each time you do it, and by the 6th or 7th day it looks good. So
Yeah,
here,
little by little.
and so you can see that by the time we take out these stitches, I mean, that's clean. And part of it's because we cut the grafts, so there's not a whole lot of dead skin on it. But there's always a little bit, just like the dirt around the root that you plant in your front yard that the rain washes away. But then part of it is just cleaning and keeping yucky body fluids from making a big sheet of fibrinous exudate.
It definitely looks so much better than leaving that crust in. And you can compare to a very, very crusty patient that hadn't done anything to this.
And I know it's going to grow better.
It definitely looks much, much better. Instead of people asking you, it will look like a crew cut. Instead of people saying, ew, what happened to him?
But I got to tell you, I don't really care what it looks like in a week as far as people saying that. I just want it to grow well.
Yeah, I want it to grow, but I think it's so much nicer to see. It's like if you have a wound, it's like a scar, just like the scar. People that clean it, peroxidate, it looks like a little pretty line, and the guys that are afraid to touch it, it just looks like it.
Looks like that.
Yeah, and it looks nice. Yeah, but then the guys that don't like to touch it, it's just crusty, and you're like, come on, you didn't
Yeah.
shampoo it with it.
So you, our customer, are partly responsible for making this thing all work out, and we're happy to help you. If you live locally, we'll see you every day. Sometimes we don't see you on Sunday unless something bad's happened, but
we come on Sunday
we're
sometimes if
available
it's
to see you.
needed.
We just
yeah.
want it to work. And if you live out of the area, Wendy's good at FaceTiming. She can FaceTime with you and your significant other and make sure that you're doing it correctly. So if we can help you during the cleaning process, please call. Don't show up at day 7 looking like a pizza set there. Right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Thank you.